guys, Megan here with Blitzy. Now, if you love DIY home decor, you're gonna love this project. I'm gonna show you how to use Stencil1 Stencils to create your very own custom pillow cover. This is so easy, you guys. In a snap, you'll have beautiful custom pillows. So go ahead and grab your pillow cover. I went ahead and actually ironed mine because you wanna make sure it's nice and smooth before you lay your stencil on it. So before we actually put our stencil on our cover here, I'm gonna go ahead and place a couple pieces of scrap paper on the inside of my pillow cover, and this will help protect any sort of paint that seeps through, seeping through to the back. And of course, you can use any paper you have on hand or even cardboard. All right, so before we lay our stencil on our pillowcase, we're gonna spray it with some spray adhesive here. And this will help adhere the stencil better to our pillow cover. And I just went ahead and laid a couple pieces of scrap paper down on my table just to protect the surface. All right, go ahead and grab your stencil and place it on your pillowcase. You can see here I'm kind of laying mine a little bit off of my pillowcase just because this has obviously the edge here that has no pattern, so I want my whole cover here to be full of this pattern. So once you place it down, go ahead and just rub it with your fingers to make sure it's nice and adhered to your pillow. All right, go ahead and grab your stencil brush and dip it into your paint. And then you're gonna have quite a bit on there. You wanna kind of rub it off to the side to remove any of the excess, and then just begin stenciling. We rubbed off that excess because we don't want too much paint on our brush because we run the risk of it actually seeping underneath our stencil. You can see here I'm just kind of going in a circular motion, going all over the open cuts of my stencil, making sure I get all of my cover here with paint. So the Stencil1 Stencil is actually one product of the year. Their stencils are amazing, you guys. They actually have really cool, very on-trend patterns, and they're perfect if you're looking to kind of update your home decor. I'm obviously doing a pillow here with mine, but you could use them on a wall in your home just to add a really fun pop of color and a pattern. All right, now that I'm finishing up here with my stenciling, I'm gonna place my brush to the side. I'm gonna grab the end of my stencil here. I'm gonna gently pull up on it, removing it from my fabric. And you can see we are left with that beautiful design. Now that we're done with our first design, it's time to move on to our second design. And we're gonna actually use our stencil kind of like a puzzle, and we're gonna line up the design here on the left with the last design that we painted. I'll show you guys how. As you can see, I'm laying my stencil over that first design that I painted, making sure it all lines up. So you might need to lift it up a little to adjust it. And once you get it right where you want it, you're gonna take your brush and you're just gonna kind of tap it to make sure it's nice and secure on your fabric. Now I'm actually gonna go ahead and start stenciling over the unpainted parts of my stencil. So lining it up with your prior design takes the guesswork out of trying to get it straight on your own. All right, now that we're finished painting, go ahead and lift up on that stencil. I'm gonna go ahead and place my stencil over my prior design, lining everything up. Grab my paintbrush once again, tap down on that stencil, adhering it to my fabric, and then we're just gonna start painting again. And I just want to point out, there are these 4 little cutouts on the 4 corners of your stencil. These are actually to help you align your stencil. So you want to make sure as you're painting, you don't go over those with your paintbrush, because if I go over that, it's going to show up on my actual fabric. So you want to make sure you are very careful when you are around those little triangle cutouts. All right, now that I'm finished painting the last part of my design, I'm just going to go ahead here and lift up my stencil off of my fabric. So now that we painted the top part of our pillow, we're gonna repeat the same exact process on the bottom. All right, just finishing up my last section here of my stencil. Go ahead and peel my stencil off my pillowcase. Now that our pillowcase is fully painted, we're gonna go ahead and let this guy dry for 4 hours. So I went ahead and let my paint dry for 4 hours. Now I'm gonna grab my pillow form here and place it inside of my pillow cover. You may need to kind of adjust it a little bit so it fully fits in your pillowcase. All right, now that it's in there, just go ahead and zip it up. So just like that, with the help of a Stencil1 Stencil, you can create your own beautiful home decor. And it doesn't stop there, you guys. You can also grab your own colored fabric if you want to customize it and go outside of the white and create your very own pillowcase using the Stencil1 Stencils along with the fabric of your choice.